Okay, so it's the next day and I was up until I think about 10 p.m. painting. So it's had 3 coats yesterday and it should be fine. Can't see any issues with it, but it looks like it's okay. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take all the masking tape off that I put down, which I ended up putting some on the floor. I covered the windows last night because I knew I wouldn't be able to put the curtains back up, but I've finished all this side. So yeah, I can put the curtains back up and then move all the furniture to this side. And then I need to just finish this bit of wall here because I couldn't quite get to it. So I'm going to do this bit of wall today. I'm going to paint that wall, and I'm still debating on this wall. I still think I'm going to panel it, but I'm just wondering if I'm going to paint the paneling the same colour as this or not. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm not sure. So I will probably maybe make a start on paneling today. That's a maybe. But what I also want to do, I want to paint all the skirting boards because I have got paint on it anyway. But I did want to paint them because they look a bit discoloured. So I will be painting like all here. This will all be painted, and then I'll clean up all this sort of mess that I did here. I did consider painting the door, but I'm not sure if I'm going to yet. That's a big maybe. The next few things I want to do is, first of all, take all the masking tape off, paint that wall, get that part done. Maybe when that's done, I can maybe make a start on the skirting boards. That's my plans for today. Okay, I'm glad I looked because I was just looking in my decorating box and I've actually got some paint for the skirting boards and it is pretty full. So I think this is going to be enough to do the whole of the room. I was then going to do this wall first, but I'm going to leave this wall till after. I'm going to do the skirting boards first. I'm going to do 2 coats, and then when those 2 coats are done, I'll move everything back, then I can do that wall. That's what I'm going to do first, is the skirting boards. Okay, I changed my plans. I haven't done the skirting board yet. I've masked up here. I'm going to do this wall first, and while that's drying, fill is drying, I'm going to just do around the edges, and then I'm going to pop B&Q and get the paneling. Don't know how much I'm going to need, so I don't know if I'll be getting it all today, but if I can get some just to even make a start, I will. But yeah, so I'm going to do that wall first. I will do the skirting board at some point today, but I thought I'd rather just get this wall done. Okay, I've finished the paint, so that's just drying now. I need to still do the frame on that door. I've done that bit, but I need to do the rest, and then the skirting board. Side is all done, and I just went over with the, I'm not even sure what it's called, the thingy that you saw me do, and it's just made it look so much tidier. Over here, I was thinking of painting this, but I might leave that for another day because, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that right now. But what I think I'm going to do for now, while the paint's drying, I'm going to quickly put the curtains up because it should be okay here now. Put the curtains up, and then after dinner, I'll finish sanding that down, do the frames and skirting boards on this side. It's a bit later. I finished that area, and as I pulled off the masking tape, honestly, I don't know if I'm buying the wrong masking tape. I don't know that this has ever really happened before. So you can see here it's ripped off all the brown paint. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I have some brown paint, but it's really hard to get like a straight line. There must be something else. I think I'm just using the wrong thing. But anyway, that's finished, but this wall still needs working on anyway, so it's not too bad. Just put the TV back here for now. Everything's still a bit of a mess for today. We'll finish off tomorrow because it's quite late now, but I have put the curtains up though. That's one thing I have done. But yeah, so this is it at the moment. It is a mega mess, but it's getting there. It's progress. I really, really love the colour. Oh, it's just so nice, but we will continue tomorrow. Okay, so next day I'm planning on, I think I spoke about this last night, but I finished that wall. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to finish all the skirting boards and the door frame this side, and then pull this furniture here away so I can do the back wall, and then I would like to make a start on the panelling, but we'll see if I can get around to that one today. But I am going to also be going to DFS and Carpetright because I want to, there's a sofa that I've seen online. I've measured it, it will fit, but I want to see it in person. I've made so many mistakes of buying sofas online and not being able to try them before. I'm going to go to DFS and I'm going to go to Carpetright today. And for the curtains, so I've took the curtains down in the kitchen because I'm going to be getting some shutters. And I thought, well, as I had the curtains down, I might as well do the swap over now. So I've added the curtains and the net curtains to this window also. And honestly, I'm really happy with how it looks. So I might actually even just keep it, because my plan was to actually get some blinds for this room and some new curtains. But you know, I might actually keep it, I might not. I might still change my mind, but I do really like it. I really like that sort of fuller look that it's giving. But anyway, I'm really, really happy with the colour. It's so much brighter in here. I absolutely love it so much. Another day of decorating, and yeah, I'm loving it. Okay, I'm just gonna leave now to go to DFS and Carpetright. Well, that wasn't very successful. The DFS store and the Carpetright store that I went to, which are next to each other, are both closing down. So all the sofas in DFS had already been sold and they had hardly anything in there anyway. Then Carpetright had no carpets. So there is another Carpetright which I can go to, but there's not another DFS anywhere nearby. So I'll have to forget about that one. So yeah, I'm just gonna probably go to Carpetright, I guess, for now, and see what I can find there. So yeah, anyway, off I go again. Okay, I've just done the skirting boards here and the frame, and I've just realised to myself that this would have been an easier option to do the skirting boards first. That's going to be something that I do next time. That's all drying now, so when that's dry I'll do it one more coat and then that will be that done. Then it will be on to the panelling. Okay, I didn't go to any more shops, I came home. So I'm going to probably just do that another day. So I'm going to now make a start on the panelling as all the skirting boards is done. And I've only got one box. I've only got one box, so I definitely need probably, I'm going to say 3. This is the kit from B&Q, and I got the smaller slats because I'm going to do the smaller slats, but then I'm going to do the big one on the top part. But yeah, so I'm just going to open this up, and I'm going to at least do the bottom, probably nip out and get another 2. But yeah, I'm going to, and if I have left over, that's fine, because I've got an idea of what I wanted to do with some more paneling. So yeah, I'm going to go and make a start on this, and yeah, it's coming together nicely. Okay, I've made a start on the panelling, so I've done the sides and the bottom. Because I wanted it a bit higher than here, I've cut an extra 11-inch part from just the other one. and put it on top, and that's going to be a nice height because then I'm going to get the next size up on the paneling and put it lengthways and then have a shelf as well. So that's, yeah, that's going to be pretty what I wanted. So I did use nails as well because I didn't have the patience to stand and wait for it to bond with the wall. So I've done that. So that's progress. So obviously, yeah, I need to get some more. So I think I'm going to need, because you get 6 in a packet, and plus I need to cut one. So I need to figure out how big of gaps I want. I don't want them to be too big actually. I want them quite small. So I'm going to quickly try and figure that out. I probably definitely need 2 boxes. Like I said, if there's any left over, that's fine because I can use that elsewhere. So I'm not too worried about if I get too much. So 2 smaller boxes and a big box, then that should be fine. I'm gonna get them today. It's 3 o'clock, so I'm going out soon. So I will get some more and continue that later. Excited and get ready to paint it. So yeah, I'm really happy with it so far. Okay, I have some more paneling, and so what I did do, I won't show it all, but you can faintly see I've now measured exactly, so in between each gap is 10 inches. So I need 11 panels. I actually do need to get another packet, but for now I could just get 2. So I've done all the markings, so I know exactly where to put them. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to quickly stick them on. Okay, so I've managed to cut up some more of these, and now I've run out and I need to get some more tomorrow, another box, just one more box. But this I'm going to have to leave till tomorrow because I can't seem to cut that, and I'm going to borrow an electric saw. But yeah, it's really difficult to cut out that bit. So yeah, leave that one for tomorrow. I'm going to stick these ones on now. Yeah, so it's getting there. Okay, so that's all I've got left now. I've run out, so I'll get some more tomorrow, but once it's all in place, I'm going to then go through and just fill in the little gaps there and then paint it. So yeah, one more box is all I need just to do the rest of the top bits and then the top layer at the top. I was going to do a big one, but I'm not sure if I'm going to yet, but we'll see. That's the progress I've made for today. And then obviously that missing one is in the kitchen needing to be cut. But yeah, I'm really pleased. I think it's going to look really nice. I'm really excited. It seems to be pretty okay actually. A little bit came off here, but I'm quite happy with that. Okay, I've cut these up and these are 3 inches long. So I'm going to attempt to make a bracket. So Okay, I've just done all that and filled in just the little gaps. Gonna let that set now, and then I'll just give it a light sand down later. I don't think I'm gonna get started on painting today because I also need to do the edging with the same stuff that I did the skirting boards with. So I want to do that first. So I think sand it down later, do the edges, put the shelf on, paint it tomorrow. I'm really happy with it. I think it's okay. It's a bit later. I'm just cooking dinner, but while dinner's cooking, I'm going to use some wood filler just to fill in like the gaps in these. That one's got a very big gap, but yeah, they're not perfect, but never mind. We will make the best of it. I'm gonna fill that in, let them set, put them onto the paneling, and then I can sand down the rest of the stuff and prep it so I can paint it tomorrow. I'm gonna quickly do that while dinner's cooking, and yeah, get the rest done after. Okay, so they look a little messy at the moment, but once they've dried, I can sand them down and then hopefully they'll be okay. Plus I'm going to paint them. So yeah, I'm sure they'll be fine. So that's with it sanded down, and then I will be painting it also. So I'm actually pretty pleased with how they turned out actually. So yeah, I'm just going to sand the rest of these down, and then I'm going to put them up on the paneling and get the shelf up tonight. Okay, I've done one coat on all of it. It actually took a lot longer than I thought. But yeah, so I think I'm going to do 3 coats as I always do. So I'm going to let that dry. I probably won't get it finished now today because it's just trying to juggle it in between doing other stuff. So anyway, that's fine. I could do one more today, and I'll probably do the 3rd coat tomorrow, and then I just need to tidy up that top bit with the brown paint that I've got, but I'm desperately trying to make this paint last because it's almost empty. So I'm putting the roller into the paint pot and just doing it that way, because I really don't want to go and buy another tin of paint. So I'm hopefully gonna just scrape through, but we'll see. Anyway, so that's it painted with one coat. Yeah, oh, I'm really happy with it. I'm really love it. So yeah, let that dry and continue later. Okay, it's been a few weeks at least since I last did anything in the living room. So the panelling's all done, the painting's all done, touch-up's been done. So the hold up was, so because I wanted to get a carpet, and I was looking at carpets, and I did find one that I wanted. It was a bit more pricey and it was on an offer, but because I didn't order it, it went back up to full price. So then I started rethinking everything, as I do. So I've decided now to not get a carpet just yet, because it is quite a pricey part of the makeover and it's just something that's just not really within my budget. So I decided to get a rug, which I've got, and it's a large rug which should cover the majority of the room. So that will do for now. I haven't opened it yet, so I really hope it's okay. So I don't want to open it until I finish, and I want to do it as when I'm doing all the finishing touches. So fingers crossed it is all right. So today I'm going to do the calyx. I'm going to raise the calyx. I've got the beams, I think they're called beams. I'm going to raise the calyx. I'm going to attach all the calyx together and start making the doors for the calyx. That's today's plan. So for this wall, I was going to do like a whole entertainment unit. So I'm kind of thinking, so once I've done this and this is raised, doors are on, I'm going to get a board, or a bit of MDF. I'm going to get it cut so that it fits across the whole thing. And then that's going to attach to the top of that. And then I'm thinking I'm going to vinyl it, the same as what I've done in the kitchen, on the top. And I'm going to paint the doors the same as this colour, so it's kind of all blends nicely. And then, so for the top I was going to build like some shelves and stuff, but I think what I might just do is just do one really long shelf and then maybe separate it. I'm not sure. I'm in an hour on how to do that. For now I'm just going to concentrate on getting this part of it done, and then I can then measure up for this part and then that part, and then I'll have to get a bit for the bottom and the sides. So that's the plan. Also, this is what I've got for the door. So I've got 6 packets of these, and then I've got these are called corner plates, and I was going to get them at B&Q, but honestly they were quite expensive. For a pack of 4, I think it was like £6, and they were a lot smaller. And then I got these on Amazon. I think there's like 20 here, and I think they were only like £10. So much better to get that on Amazon. So that's what I've got for today. This is what I'm using to make the door frame. So I've basically got the same as what I used for the paneling. So these are going to be like the doors. I'm going to do like the whole frame. And yeah, then I'll paint it all once they're all built together. Okay, we have a problem. The doors are not shutting, and if you did notice also that I had the doors the wrong way around, so I've made a few small mistakes. So on to a different idea. I've took both the doors off, and I'm going to attach the middle part here, and then I'm going to add it as like one door and hope that if I open it, it can like fold. But let's see if that works. So yeah, that's what I'm trying now. And if that doesn't work, I've got another idea. It's not going to be ideal, but it might be the only option. So I'll do this first. Okay, it is almost 9 o'clock at night. This has taken me all day. I can't believe it. This is as far as I've got. So I didn't really kind of plan how I was going to do this. I just kind of had the idea in my head that I wanted doors on. And I got all the things that I thought I need, which I think is right, but I wasn't sure how to go about it. So I have took these off so many times. I've tried different ways to do it. It wasn't working as the fold. It just, yeah, nothing was working. The screws, you can see here, the screws are still too big, and they're the smallest ones I've got. And I have been back to B&Q to see if they had smaller, and this was the smallest. I'm not very happy about that because they're coming through. So there's a few things I'm not happy about. So basically, well, the doors, so they are just like that now. And then this one here has the clip here, so that just, if you can see, clips in to keep that shut. You have to do these two at the same time to allow that to shut, which, you know, is fine, it works, but I'm not happy. I mean, I can fill in the holes. I'm going to do wood filler anyway, but not very happy with the screws coming out. I might have to loosen them so that they go back in a bit. Another thing, I don't know why this one here is just not stitching right. And I mean, I'm trying to like figure out why it's not. So although that has a gap, that is straight, but this one isn't, unless I need to take a little bit off this part here. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure this one out for that. I'm going to be taking all the doors off anyway because they have to be painted, but this one was the easiest one because now I've figured out what I'm doing. But what I've had to do is I had to go back to B&Q, and I've had to buy these, which is fine because they now clip in, which is fine. I'm going to also still put handles on. So this one is okay, apart from the issue of the screws again. I don't know why there's such a big gap again. I don't know what's happened. I'll try and fix these little gaps here. I'm not sure. It's because I think the screws here, you can kind of see they're wobbly. Oh, it's because I haven't screwed them in tight enough so that they don't come through. So that's as far as I've got. Not very far. Another thing is this part. And for some reason they won't go any close together, and I think it's because they just touch. I'm gonna now have this gap, which I didn't really want any gaps in this. So yeah, this has definitely turned out a lot harder than I thought. Definitely. And yeah, I need to figure out these bumpy bits. A lot of things that I've seen people build doors inside here, which I guess could be an option. It might even be something that I quickly try, but then that means that all the doors that I've made are not going to fit, so maybe I won't try because I don't want to start again. Gosh, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know how people do it. Anyway, I'm gonna, for the rest of the evening, I'm gonna just cut the rest of the MDF down for the doors. I'm going to make the doors at least, and if I can get them on, and then tomorrow paint them and get the middle parts. So that's the plan. I might just have to live with these gaps. I don't know what else to do. I've just figured out, just as I'm on the last one, and I've run out of these now, so I need to get some more just for one more door. But basically with these, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but they have like a bit of a groove in it. So when you put the screw in, it's to make the screw go flat like that. So what I've done, and because it's been coming through, even though these screws are so tiny, they're still going through. So what I've just figured out to try is if I flip it to the other side, it then gives me a little bit more room to be able to screw it in stronger without it coming through the other side. So basically I've just flipped it over, and I'll show you in a second the difference between this one, which is flipped over, and the one I just did, which isn't. This is the one that I've just done backwards, and it is fully secure, like it's really strong. And this is the one where I've done it, where I put it in the groove bit, and it's completely wobbly. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to now take these off and flip them over to make them strong. Almost 11 o'clock, and I've just finished. So I've finished all the doors. I did manage to find some thingies to do the last door, thankfully. So I've managed to finish them. And the only issue is, so by redoing all the corner bits again, this made such a difference, because they were so loose, now they're really strong. So all the doors done. I need to get some more of these clippy things so I've got one for each door, so then they'll all close properly. But yeah, this one's pretty good. That one's fine. This one here, there's a gap, so I need to bring it in from this side, which I'll do tomorrow now, because I've put my drill on charge. That's the doors on. So now tomorrow I'm going to go get the rest of the clippy things, and I will get some material. I think, I'm hoping I can get it from Hobbycraft. If not, I'll have to wait till Monday, but I really hope I can tomorrow. So tomorrow I want to get those things if I can, and I'm going to paint the doors, so we'll give them all a paint. That'll be it for tomorrow, but then I can then measure up. Yeah, so we'll do that tomorrow. But gosh, I can't believe that took me all day. At the beginning of the day I thought I was going to do this, I was going to go to the dog show, and it's pretty much took me 12 hours. I think it was about 11 o'clock when I started it. So yeah, a long time. But I think it was just because I just didn't really know what I was doing, if I'm honest. And I kind of figured it out as I went along, and it took a lot of trial and errors, lots of holes here and there, but I got there in the end. But yeah, the measurements, apart from the first one, which was a bit off, the measurements came out really well. Yeah, I've learned a lot from this already. Hopefully that'll be finished tomorrow, the doors. Okay, it's the next day, and I've run into another problem. I've managed to fix the doors so that they're straight and that they close. That's done, but my issue is now, because I had all this pushed together, but I found that when I was opening the doors I couldn't open them properly, so I've had to now separate them. And for me to be able to open the doors, I'm gonna have to leave a gap. It doesn't matter on the top, because the top's being covered by some MDF, so that's not an issue. The issue is the sides. So I need to leave about that much in order to open the doors. So that was something I also hadn't thought about. I'm not really sure what else I can do, to be honest. For now, I'm just going to attach them to the board at the bottom, take the doors off and paint them, because it's already now 11:45 and I've been doing this for too long. I didn't expect it to do all this, so I just had to take everything off in yeah, redo all that. But never mind, I'm going to take the doors off. I'm going to attach it first, then I'm going to take the doors off and start painting them. I've got everything set up ready. So yeah, on to the next stage. Okay, update. So I've painted all the doors, they're all dry. I'm going to put this on. So this is what I got today from Hobbycraft, and I measured each one what I needed, and the lady gave me the right amount, and I cut it wrong. So I've now only got enough for 4 doors, so I'll have to go back tomorrow and get some more. So that's my fault, but never mind. I'm going to do the doors that I can and get them on, and yeah, excited to see what it looked like when they're all on. I'm just using a staple gun to staple it on, so yeah, hopefully it will look nice. Okay, so I've obviously run out of the material. So this is where I've got to. I love it. Let me know what you think. Yeah, so that's such a shame. Oh, I can't believe I messed this up, but never mind, never mind. I will get some tomorrow and finish it. But yeah, so that's it kind of. I just need to put some things in to click them in place. But yeah, so when that gets a big bit on the top, then I'll have the bit at the bottom to just make it look like it's enclosed. I'm still figuring out the sides because there's plugs, so I've got an idea. I just need to figure out if it'll work. But yeah, oh, wow, I'm really happy. I'm just ashamed about the gaps, but never mind. Yeah, I will continue tomorrow. It is some weeks or months later. I'm actually now just at B&Q. I'm just going to get the pieces hopefully cut today, I hope. We'll see. And then I can finish it off. Okay, it's the next day. I got everything cut and it's all here. I'm going to show you my drawing that I did. They did do a big sheet of MDF, but I had two issues. One, it was not going to fit in my car, the lengthwise. That was a big issue, but the second issue is it was a really thick, like the ones I've got here. So I didn't want anything too thick because one, it's going to be too heavy. Because of those two reasons, I got smaller sheet and I'm going to have to do some joins. So I'm not too worried. I don't think it's only going to be on the top, which I'm going to be vinyling, and it's going to be the shelf and the bit at the bottom, which is not a problem. So it's not going to be a massive issue. I'm going to get you the drawing so I can explain what I'm going to do, and hopefully I've done the measurements right. If I've done them wrong, then this could all go wrong. But let me just get the drawing. So this is the drawing. So basically, so this is obviously the unit that I've already done. That's just like the TV. So I'm just going to do one big shelf along there, but obviously that's going to be now in 3 parts. So I need to try and make that look like it's just all joined. So I've got the bit, the base of the unit going up here, which I'm going to vinyl, and then I've got the 2 side bits and the bottom bit. But what I'm thinking is, once that's all in place and if it's all okay, what I'm going to do is maybe get some bits here just to go straight down where between the TV. I just want to get this part done and then we'll go from there. I'm going to just make sure that those boards fit there, and then we can get on and do it. Okay, so the top base fits perfect. So like I said, I'm going to vinyl this, but what I'm going to do, I am going to screw in a couple of places just so that it's secure, and I'm going to vinyl that. The shelf, I was just making sure I had the right piece. So the shelf, which is going to go obviously above the TV. What I'm going to do now is attach it. I'm going to make some brackets. Hopefully that'll be okay. But like I said, I'm probably going to add some like extra parts. But for now, I'm just going to get that attached. This bit is just this bit over. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get some sandpaper and hopefully just sand it down a little bit instead of sawing it, because it's such a small part. I don't want to saw it because, yeah, you can see it's so tiny. So then I've got these 2 side bits, which I'm just going to make sure they fit also. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, it's the next day and I'm just gonna show you a few mistakes that I've made. So, well, basically the shelf here is, you can see it dips in the middle, and that's obviously where the join is. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna get a little bit of like wood to maybe secure from there to there to see if that'll help. But yeah, I'm gonna try and fix that. But anyway, I'm aware of that. I don't like that I've got all these clips, so I'm gonna hopefully paint over them and maybe that will hide them a little bit. I need to fill in a couple of holes that I made yesterday. So the biggest mistake I made was forgetting about the cables. So here I've made the biggest mistake. I did put some extra little bit of vinyl on and you can see it looks absolutely awful. So that covers it. I mean, honestly, you can't probably see it. So I'm not overly too worried, but I have made a bit of a mess of this wall, so I will paint over that. That's fine. So same again. So I've done that, but I'm going to try and make that a bit better. But again, I've done the same here. So basically, what I did last night, I've drilled a hole and I've cut as far as I can with my saw. I need to get another saw that can actually reach these areas. So what I should have done was cut just a square here and the same on that side, because obviously I've got the two plugs. I've got two sets of plugs on here, which is why I've done these little areas. So there's the plugs. So yes, I've made a big mistake there. So I should have cut those bits out before putting this on. Other than that, it's okay. I have scratched this a little bit already. And also this isn't so much a mistake. I knew this wasn't going to be enough, but basically it ran out here and I've had to sort of like join 3 parts here, which honestly, this bit, I don't think you can even tell that there's 3 joins there, but you can kind of see it here. But it's not, I don't think it's too bad. I think once the stuff's on, I don't think it's going to be too bad. But I didn't want to go and buy another whole sheet just for that little area there. So I just made do. The biggest mistake is not cutting these holes, but I'm going to hopefully try and fix that. So this is kind of like what it looks like. I'm not sure if I'm going to put anything else above it. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do any more shelves or anything, but for now, that's what I've done. But yeah, it is, it is dipping here. Yeah, actually, I'm just looking and I think actually I could bring this down slightly. This looks like it's too high up actually. It's all finished for now anyway. But yeah, so I've got a hole there. Honestly, I regret not doing this before, but never mind. Learn from my mistakes. Cut a hole. That one's still fine, and then a hole there. So that's just so that I can pop plugs down. And then we've got the little bit here. So I wasn't sure how this was going to work, but I'm really happy with how it's turned out. So this is where the plugs are. So that just sort of hides away there, and same for that side. So I've switched my TVs. So this was the TV that I used to have in the kitchen, and I've actually just had it by the stairs since I've taken it down there. And this is the other TV. So I'm gonna give this one to a family member as it was given to me. So it's just gonna stay in the family. So yeah, it's almost done. Okay, I've made some changes already, and I've added 2 little pieces of wood, top and bottom. I've got a little bit I need to finish off the end because it wasn't quite long enough. So I'm gonna get 2 more pieces, because then I'm also going to put a strip down this side and this side on both sides. So I'm gonna have the 2 there and the top bit, which I think is just going to look so much nicer. And obviously I'm going to fill in this bit with some wood filler and then sand it down, paint it, so it all blend in nicely. So I think that just adds, already I think that just adds so much more depth, because I think they're too thin, these partition bits. So I actually also think it doesn't look as dipped now, I think. Anyway, also I'm going to go back to B&Q. I'm just going to measure this piece up in between behind the TV, and I'm going to get some more MDF cut, and I'm just going to do panels, I'm not sure what they're called, going across here, and I'm going to paint them white just to add a little bit of something behind the TV, because I just feel like I need something else. I feel like it needs more, so I'm going to do that today. Okay, so I've just painted this wall. I've just painted the whole wall. At first I was just going to do little bits, but I've just painted the whole wall, so I'm just letting that dry. So what I'm going to do, I've been back to B&Q and I got another sheet of MDF. I actually got 2, I had to get 2, and it's the thinnest one I could get, and I've had them cut. So these are 10 centimetre wide. I'm going to be putting these, although I have to do cut-offs again, but basically these are going to go up here, and these are going to be painted white also. And they're a little bit short, so I'm going to have some cut off. So I'm going to alternate like which one, so this side and that side, so on. So hopefully it will look okay. So yeah, so that's what I'm in the middle of doing now. But yeah, I think it's going to look really nice. I think I just needed something to pop behind the TV. It was just all looking a bit, I don't know, I just felt like it needed more. And then these bits here have really made such a difference. So I've done that bit. I'm just going to do this side now. It's the next day. I was a busy bee last night and I've done loads more. So I'm just going to show you what I've done, and I'm going to continue and get it finished today. So I put all wood filler. I just put loads on just to try and get that sort of filled in all along there. And for some reason this is kind of not matching, but never mind. And I did the same here. I then took all of these off and I've put them a bit closer together. Yeah, I thought the gaps were too big, so I've redone that, and I've then cut the edges off and filled in there too. So everything is now ready to be sanded and then painted. Then that should be it. I have potentially thought, I'm not going to do this now, but maybe at a later date, I've potentially thought about adding another bit here and here and another shelf there. That's a maybe in the future, but now I'm just quite happy with this, and adding this feature in the middle has really made such a difference. So I'm excited to get it all painted, and hopefully it's all nice. So yeah, on to the sanding and then paint. Okay, so today is the day I'm finally doing the rest of the living room. There's 2 things I haven't been able to do, and there's 3 things, or another thing that I would have liked to have done, but I kind of just didn't think about it much. Flooring I wasn't able to get, so that'll have to come later date, and a new sofa, and I've got my eye on one. It's a little bit more expensive. I think I just want to now be patient, save a little bit of money, and then I can buy it. I think there's no point just to buy anyone just for the sake of buying a new sofa. I want it to be one that I know I'm going to love, and yeah, I think I found the perfect one. And the other thing is, I was debating whether to change the doors, so I wasn't sure whether to paint them black, because I really do like the doors when they're black. Then I also thought I would actually like to get the black framed glass doors. I think they are gorgeous. So that was another option, but I haven't thought too much about those 2 things, so they haven't been done. Again, it could come at a later date, but for today I'm going to just be giving the living room a really good clean, and then I'm going to just start putting everything in its place. And I've got a new chair to put up, my new rug to put down, and a coffee table coming soon today. So yeah, excited to get it all finished and in its place, because it's been like this for a long time. So it took, I think I started in April, so it's took, yeah, quite a while. Today's the day we're going to finish. So first of all, I'm going to be doing a little bit of a gallery wall up here. I've only got 4 pictures, so it's not going to be huge, but it's going to grow over time. And then I've got some pieces upstairs which I can't even remember what I've got, but I know I brought some things from the range probably back in April also, and yeah, so they're going to come out today too, so very happy. Okay, I'm all finished apart from the coffee table, which is coming later. I'm so happy with it. This is exactly what I've been visioning. But yeah, obviously I wish I could have got a new flooring. I think having a brighter flooring would have just really just made a difference. But I will get one, and I hope to get one before Christmas, hopefully. Yeah, I really love it. Do let me know what you think. I get a lot of inspiration, obviously, from following lots of home accounts and stuff like that. So yeah, it's just a combination of what I've seen, what I love, and just doing my own thing as well with it, really. But yeah, I'm very happy. We're going to be finishing off with the coffee table once that's arrived, but apart from that, I can't believe I'm actually already done. I will be back when the coffee table's arrived, and we'll just get that up, and that should really just finish it off nicely. So okay, so here it is, the final room, minus new sofa and flooring. But actually, for some reason, I feel like the sofa's looking really nice with the new cushions. And yeah, I quite like it like that. So this is the finished room. My coffee table came and I absolutely love it. It's given me very sort of 70s vibes, which I love. I love the old decor. My grandparents actually used to have a coffee table like this, and when I saw it, it reminded me of that, and I just fell in love with it. So you can put the sides down, so it is a bit smaller, but I quite like it like that. I'm really happy. I can't tell you how it makes me feel. This was what I visioned. To see it in real life makes me very happy. I have actually thought about getting some different frames to match like the darker wood. So I have seen sub at the range also, which is fine because I'll keep these frames and use these in a different room. That's something I might change soon. But other than that, yeah, I'm so happy. Honestly, I'm so happy. The chair is gorgeous. Everything's just, yeah, really just, I'm so happy. But if you are still watching at the end, thank you if you've watched all the video. I know it's a long one, but I really appreciate it. And please do let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.